Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium. And I am Stephen the Medium. You can hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
good. And I am here with Coach Elix. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited. And we have Mr. Mark here on the boards. Thank you, Mark. And, of course, I'm very excited to be here again. And I got to be honest, the 4 o'clock last week kind of threw me off a little bit. You know,
It didn't feel right.
No, it didn't. I started at the 5 o'clock, the first episode. Then we had to change it for the hour, and it was just a little bit off. But now I'm back. We're back, and it's a great thing. So.
Not to mention, you got feedback from a lot of people who are still working at 4:30 or 4 o'clock and couldn't tune in, and they were upset. So
no, they. I did get a lot of emails that a lot of people get out 4:30 and 5 o'clock, as you said, and can't listen to it between 4 and 5. So, but I wanted to give a shout out to two of my very good friends, two sisters, Teresa and Jeannie, because every other Wednesday, maybe I'm giving too much information out, but it's coming. Get ready, Teresa and Jeannie.
Are they listening?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why.
Hi, Teresa. Hi, Jeannie.
Is that every other week they get their nails done Wednesdays at 5. So they bring their phone and they're listening. So I just wanted to say hi. They're the best two sisters out there. So hello, Teresa and Jeannie.
How come we don't get an invitation for that? I'd like to get my nails done.
I don't know. maybe I'll have to talk to them.
Seriously?
Yeah. A pedicure.
Come on,
a
Teresa,
manicure.
Jeannie. Yeah, I'm in.
So before I start with phone calls coming in, I want to talk about something quickly that I listened to, and I think I shared with you a little bit.
Yes.
I was listening to a radio show, and there was a gentleman named Paul Levy that was on, and he was talking about quantum physics. Now, everybody don't shut the radio off and go to another station because it's going to be very quick, but it's really tied into spirit, and it was really interesting. It caught my attention. And so this gentleman wrote this book called Quantum Revelations, A Radical Synthesis of Science and Spirituality. And, there was a lot of technical terms that I didn't even understand, but I think the basis of what he was saying is that this one of the biggest discoveries out there in the scientific world, that we live in a subjective world and not objective world. And it was amazing to me that here this gentleman that's science-based is really talking about so many parallels in the spirit world. So he was just talking about how we're all interconnected. So even what we think, how that not only is connected to the universe, but it's also connected to every single person. We're all connected, and as long as we realize that and don't think of people separate, whether it's friends or whomever it is, if you think of everybody connected, your one thought, or say positive thought, automatically gets thrown out to the universe. It gets thrown out to everybody else, and it shifts the paradigm. It shifts the world. And last week I talked about the Akashic Records, about past lives, and how he spoke. This scientist, Paul Levy, was so parallel to the Akashic Records, how he talked about, one thought or one action goes right to the universe. Well, it does, and it gets captured in the Akashic Records. It was just all tied into spirituality, and why I wanted to bring this up is that once, and I know you work with this a lot, but let me just say that we all have a spiritual team. Like, we have a team of spirits with us that we've never met, and they really signify different aspects of our lives. So if we're entrepreneurs, we have entrepreneurs in spirit, people that were here in the world, in the physical world, that were extremely successful, and they want to help. If you work in healthcare, you have doctors. If you work in a vet, you have vets that are in spirit. So by making sure you get that your thoughts are so important and how they tie into where your path is going, I think, is something that you really have to hold on to, even those times that you feel like you're just in a ditch and you're at the bottom of the bottom, just knowing that just that one little shift. And the cool thing about it is, and I've seen this even in readings when people have talked to me after readings, is that giving that positive thought, sometimes you always get a response, but sometimes the response is not what you think. It's in a different area of your life, which ultimately brings you to like the best place, the most positive place. So, and I know you work with that with coaching.
Well, yeah. So here's a little look at Stephen in our relationship. So he comes to me, he tells me, I want to talk about quantum physics.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, Stephen, you sound like when you come home and talk to me about legal stuff. And he sounds like Judge Judy. And I have to say, you got to bring it down a few notches so that us regular people know what the hell you're talking about. So that's how the conversation started. But as soon as he started explaining to me in lay terms so that I could understand what he meant, I immediately got the connection, because in my field as a coach, as an executive coach, a life coach, I do work with a lot of entrepreneurs. And how I understood what you were saying is that everything that we do as human beings is always, always, always a function of our interpretation. So you always making an interpretation of whatever it is that's happened, and that interpretation can be a positive or it can be negative, but ultimately you have the power to decide how is it going to go. So when I have people that come to me and they get stuck, or they're in breakdown, or they are, they want to pursue something and they have these stories or these interpretations that they make up about why they can or they cannot, this is an opportunity. This is actually a way to say, look, everything that we do, everything is a function of our interpretation. We make stuff up anyways. So if you're going to make up something that's going to empower you in the process. And that's what I think you're saying.
Absolutely. And I think what I got out of it is that we're all part of the universe that we're observing. That's what it really came down to. I mean, I had to rewind the clip, I don't know how many times to really to understand it, because Paul Levy was just talking on like such high terms that I couldn't understand. And then I think the narrator of the radio show just said, "Can you bring it down to a layman term?" And by the way, I'm better than Judge Judy. Just telling.
Well,
really.
That's up to interpretation, and I have
we're
positive
back to
interpretations.
Quantum physics.
Those that know you well, they know what I mean. Just saying.
I don't know about that, but
we love you anyway.
Why, thank you. But this was really interesting, and I just wanted to make sure people. I always say this, that you don't need a medium to connect to your loved ones, but knowing that we're part of the universe and just taking a slight different perspective, that you've got more power, in your thought process than you ever thought. That I think once you realize that, things start shifting to a better place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll continue after the break.
Yeah, I have plenty more to say.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium on AM 1320 WARA.
Hi, my name is Chris Weilman, and I'm the manager of the Elder Dental Program. We are inviting any seniors residing in Massachusetts who are 60 and older to attend our free dental screening clinic in Taunton on Saturday, October 20th, from 8:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. Participants will receive a free dental screening and have an opportunity to speak with our dentist in the clinic's relaxed and friendly setting. Participants will be screened for oral cancers and have a chance to receive free denture cleanings. For more information, call 774-203-1326. The free dental screening clinic is organized by the Elder Dental Program, a project of the Community VNA.
The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks has been part of the Attleboro area since 1906. They have always been involved in community service and charitable fundraising, giving back to our veterans, supporting our seniors, and providing youth enrichment opportunities, such as soccer and hoop shoots, fishing derbies, and dictionary projects, while also providing academic scholarships. The Elks are over 800 strong locally, and their members are their greatest asset. To learn more, you can go to attleboroelks.org. Remember, Elks Care, Elks Share.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just got invited to the prom. Do you A, meet her date?
I need to see your past date report cards, your driver's license, a list of references, and this hair sample.
B, help her pick out a dress.
Don't you just love the long sleeves and turtleneck on this pantsuit? Ugh.
C, attend the prom undercover.
Mom, what are you doing here?
I'm not Mom. I'm Calvin, the new kid at school.
Or D, capture her big moment.
Let's take a photo of you two. I'm in the middle.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This week on AACS, watch Disaster Behavioral Health Overview and understand the concept of self-care and how to respond to the mental health needs of individuals who have been involved in any traumatic situations, and learn when maybe more in-depth intervention is required.
And welcome back to Through the Static. I'm sitting here with Coach Elix, and I'm going to also tell people to start calling at 508-222-1320 so I can start taking calls and start doing what I do. But before I do that...
Yeah, one thing that I think it's important for people, especially the people that are calling, that people that are looking to connect to spirit, they come to you. Most of the people that come to you, they come to you because they want to hear from spirit. And oftentimes they want to hear from spirit about, making decisions, what should they do, what's the right thing to do, or whatever. And I think the point of the conversation that we just had is that they don't need spirit to tell them that you actually have the power. Every single one of us have that capacity to create what's possible. Again, spirit will help you, and they're always around us. They're always guiding us, protecting us, and giving us whatever we need. But the power is always within us. We're the only ones that can create that future, whatever it is that we say we are committed to. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And there you go. That's why you're Executive Coach Elix. Just your way with words. Seriously, I mean, you're really so good at it, and all I do is talk to dead people. So that's it.
And I'm pretty good looking too. So just saying, I mean,
Mark, help me, please. And one last thing too, that my first show 2 weeks ago is on the web. It's on the website, so on WARA. So if you missed the first show or any of these shows, I think they're going to start catching up and putting them on the website. So, which is
beautiful.
Terrific. So let's talk to people. Hello, this is Stephen the Medium. Who's this?
Hello, my name's Kim. And actually, while I've been on hold for 20 minutes, you actually answered my question I had for you.
Tell me the question, Kim, and thank you for holding. That is so nice. It's very, very sweet, but tell me.
Well, first of all, I want you to see where I heard you once on Donna and Day's show, and then I heard you 2 weeks ago when you first did your very first show. Okay. I was on the way home with my little one, with her birthday dinner and whatever, so I heard you for the first, and then I enjoyed both times. And
Wow,
then I
thank you.
kind of had a question for you, and you answered my question, so I don't even need to. My question was, and it's already been answered, but I'll say it anyway.
Yeah, no, Kim.
Yeah, we're curious.
Yeah, exactly, for everybody to hear that's listening. So yeah, ask the question.
My question was, is it only the deceased that you can get in contact with, or can you predict other things? But you already answered that pretty much.
You mean like predicting like the future? Is that what you mean?
Well, I'll tell you what my question was if you want to hear it.
Of course, yeah. Go ahead, Kim.
But I think that's not what you do now. Now that I've listened to you more in depth for the past 20 minutes, I'm not sure that that's what you do. Okay, but I'll put it out there anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something within the next 6 days. Not for me, but someone very close and dear to my heart. I was just going to ask you. Is it going to work the first time? Is it going to be multiple times? Or is it not going to happen? It was going to be my question. But that's not what you are, so.
Well, I've heard a lot of things of what I am, Kim, but that's... I love that comment, but Stephen, that's not what you are. So let's just.
But why don't you answer her?
Well, no, I do. You know, Kim, it's interesting because the question you just asked. I mean, I know that was a very specific question, and everybody that comes to readings to me, you know, a lot of people have specific questions, and they want to see if there's going to be that specific question answered. And a lot of times, for me, when I do readings, the questions are answered, but in a sort of like a different way, sometimes a roundabout way, so that at the end of the reading, someone will say, you know, I had a question, and the way my loved ones came through and gave messages answered the question. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but it.
Yes, it does.
But this is. I'm not really even sure. Sure about your question, but why do I keep getting pulled to a guy? Is this about a guy?
No.
There's a gentleman here for you, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because he sounds like he's trying to answer. He's trying to answer the question. So let me just back up for a second, Kim. So there's also an anniversary of death somewhere close to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. The gentleman who steps forward. Now this gentleman's in spirit. So but he makes me feel like it's different than the anniversary of death. So he makes me feel like this is somebody else that you sort of would be surprised that he's with you. I don't know if that makes sense either, but
kind of. Oh my God, I wish I could tell you, but I can't.
Well,
yes.
This is really funny.
Yes.
So just there's a male, but he also tells me that he crossed. He tells me younger. So when
yes, he did.
Okay, perfect. So it's a way to let you know that because he keeps saying that he's standing next to you. One of the things he keeps telling me is stop. Now I think this is a perfect answer to your question. He keeps saying to me, stop looking outside for the answers that you know in your soul and in your heart. So stop trying to figure things out based on external kind of affirmations, and just the way you're going to get to the place you want to get to is really understanding who Kim is, what Kim wants, and once you get a solid foundation with that, Kim, then everything will kind of fall together, if that makes sense too.
Yeah, this isn't for me. This is for someone else. But when you said that, now I'm thinking that.
Oh no! Let me just tell you, Kim. This is not for someone else that I'm saying. This is for Kim. So just.
Oh no. Well, yes and no. Yes, it's for me, but no, it's not for me. Oh, it's so hard without telling you.
Well, let me. I'm going to give you what I just gave you.
It's for both.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you're right. So how this relates to either you or to somebody else, but as long as does it make sense?
Yes, so much sense.
Perfect. If it makes sense, that's all that matters. And there's a move. Who's moving, or why does he keep talking about a move?
It's not not a move in the sense of a move from moving to place to place, but a move from being from someone to something else. I can't explain it, but if it comes true, I'll know in 6 days.
Well, you know what? Then you need to call me back.
Yeah.
I will.
Because we all need, me, Coach Elix, and Mark, we all need to know what's going on
probably
here.
everyone else that's listening today, Kim.
Sorry. I'm just so excited about this, and I hope,
Kim,
but
you know
like
what?
I said,
listen, if you were listening to the beginning of the show, it's not a mistake that you're listening to it. This is all what I talked about with the quantum physics. Just remember that you've got a lot of power to even to help your friend or tell your friend. For your friend, you've got a lot of power. So you think good things, you think positive things, and I'm telling you, everything shifts. It doesn't sometimes show up immediately, and you may think, "Listen, I've tried. I'm thinking positively, and now my car broke down." Just you got to.
it's bigger than that.
Yeah, you got to.
And I'll give you one more hint. It's an adult child.
Okay.
And it's bigger than a car breaking down.
Okay.
And I'm so excited if it,
Okay, well, listen, you keep what I gave you, and let us know how you make out.
I surely will.
Oh, my God, Kim, you've got such beautiful energy, and thank you for holding, and thank you for calling.
And thank you so much. I really enjoy your show.
Oh, thank you, Kim. That means a lot.
Good night.
And lines are open, so...
Yeah, the lines are open, 508-222-1320. And I think we take a break, and we'll come back to the calls.
Awesome.
You're listening to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium, right here on AM 1320 WAR.
Are you looking for an opportunity to help others and give back to your community? Community VNA is seeking volunteers to join our interdisciplinary team dedicated to supporting patients and their families during a difficult time in their lives. Applications are now being accepted for our upcoming hospice volunteer training. A 20-hour orientation program will be held Tuesdays and Thursdays, September 6th through September 27th, from 9 a.m. to noon at Community VNA, 10 Emory Street in Attleboro. To learn how you can make a difference in the life of another, call Community VNA Hospice at 508-222-0118 or visit www.communityvna.com.
Staying at home, surrounded by family and friends, resting comfortably, with your illness under control, and support for your family caregivers. That's what most Americans want at life's end. Hospice can make it happen. With the help of hospice, patients and families alike can focus on what's most important, enjoying life together and living as fully as possible. Feel free to contact Community VNA Hospice at 508-222-0118. You can also visit communityvna.com for more information.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
A lot of love. That's what Spirit tells me all the time. So welcome back to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium, and Coach Elix is here, and we're just taking some phone calls. Kim was hilarious. So let's take some more calls.
Let's keep going.
Hello, this is Stephen. Can I have your first name?
Denise.
Denise, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. When Denise, it's interesting when I start a reading and I kind of pause. It's because there's a lot of energy and a lot of spirit around you. So, which is a great thing, which is a really good thing. And I'm really telling them to slow down so I can understand. So the first thing I keep getting, Denise, is, wow, there's so many people speaking. Is where's the birthday or anniversary? Well, something's really close. I keep hearing for you.
It's my brother passed away on the 13th.
Wow. So know that this is your brother taking advantage of making sure you know that it's him stepping forward to let you know that he's here. I love this, Denise, because your brother in spirit is around so many women. There's women everywhere around him. I don't know, if he was a player when he was here in the physical world, but I will tell you, his internal, his heart, his internal being is very, very big. Do you know, Denise? He just told me also that he knew that this was going to be this was not going to be a long life. This was not about the quantity being here. Something somewhere in him knew that this was going to be a shorter life, and almost to the he's making me feel like that he was. When he was here, and I got to be honest, Denise, I've never had this in spirit. I've never felt this. He keeps telling me that how much he loves you, but he also keeps making me feel that he was torn because when he was here in the physical world, he was also in the spirit world. I don't know what that means because I've never heard that. So it's just a way that this was a very, very special soul that your brother.
Oh, it's my other brother. I'm sorry, his birthday is coming up.
Okay.
That makes sense because he loved women.
Denise, I love this. But there was mentally there was something connected here in the physical world, and then there was something in the spirit world. So are there?
So he was in a coma for a while.
Oh my!
And he was here, but he wasn't here.
Oh my God, Denise, that's what it is. It's interesting. I've never felt that before, and he was just, kind of. So you have two brothers in spirit.
I have four.
Oh, I was just about to ask you, are there 4 kids? You have 4 in spirit?
Yes.
Wow, Denise, I'm so sorry about that. No wonder why when I started this, I had to calm them down because they're so excited. But just know that the brother that was in the coma, that's what he was telling me. And I tell people all the time that a coma or like end stages of any kind of dementia, like vascular dementia, Alzheimer's, is when spirit tells me that they're half here and half in spirit. So it's just a way that your brother was just giving that as a validation. He tells me, pick which brother because there's so many speaking. But there's also a mom or a grandmother figure that's huge for you in spirit also because she's standing to the left of me. So mom is here.
Mom is here, yes.
I just heard one of your brothers yell, she's not with us, so I knew that she was here. So it has to be a grandmother who's stepping forward. But it's on your mom's side because she's coming from the left side. So just know that she's also around you. Where does your brothers keep showing me like somebody holds something very close on them, like a tattoo for one of them, or some? Do you know about this? There's something. Your brothers keep telling me. They keep showing me you. Now it doesn't have to be specifically you, but means it's either you or you know about it, and either someone carries something, like someone has something from one of the brothers, or there's a memory, a tattoo of one of the brothers. But there's something that makes me feel like it's very close to me.
It's probably my brother. So it gets complicated. But I have another. So that's my brother Stephen that you're talking about. His name is also Stephen, the one with the big, the energy and all that. The half here, half there.
Okay.
That passed, and his son's name is Stephen, who is my brother. Again, it gets complicated, but they're both my brothers, and they're both named Stephen.
Okay.
And he probably has his ashes.
Oh. No. Your brother just said no. No.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
someone carries. It makes me feel like it's a piece of jewelry, or there's something that somebody carries on their body. A tattoo. I can't figure it out because Can you tell your brothers to calm down so they can slow down so I can hear them, Denise? They're telling me that someone. No, it's a tattoo. I'm gonna make sure you just keep that with you and keep your ears open. Someone's got a tattoo or getting a tattoo. Where's Paul? Peter? Where's the P?
Paul, he passed away, and Danny also has a tattoo of a heart with mom in it, so that might be.
So Paul is who?
Paul is another brother that passed away.
Oh my God, Denise! Well, just yelling out their names. It's all about letting you know that they're with you. And make sure, Denise, that your brothers keep saying. Make sure she knows she's not alone. It doesn't mean physically, because you may have a great support system or family. All I can tell you is that I just keep hearing. She needs to know she's not alone in everything. There was nothing that was left unsaid. That all your brothers keep saying, that how much they love you and how much they're always with you. So just keep that with you, Denise.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome, and thank you for calling in. And I love your brothers too. Their energy is just great, and they keep all of them just keep throwing flowers at you, which is my symbol for their hugging and kissing you. So just make sure you remember that.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome, Denise. You take care.
You too.
Alrighty, bye-bye. So, these phone calls and people calling for, readings in spirit, one of the things that, like when I just spoke to Denise, one of the things that always sort of throws me is and of course I didn't know when she called that there were 4 brothers that had crossed, is that they all come at the same time because they all want to get, they all want to, it's like I always tell people when I do group readings, is that there's one microphone and everybody wants to grab that microphone and speak. And that's kind of what happens. And I have to tell all the, whoever is trying to come through to slow it down so that I can hear them. So, but she's so connected with these, and boy, just how sad.
So who ultimately gets the microphone?
That's a very good question. You never know. You just
the loudest.
It's a lot of times it is, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's I don't.
So what if I have a loved one in spirit that was like really quiet here, so I'll never get a reading because like a public reading, if I go to a group of 100 people, they'll never come through because they were quiet, like here physically?
I don't have an answer for that. I would never say that in a group setting that you would never hear from them, but I do know from doing groups and hearing about other groups like fundraisers or the same people that come to specific fundraisers, like if you're connected to the subject of a fundraiser, that a lot of times the same people or the same families have their loved ones come first.
Okay.
And I ask Spirit to try to give me an explanation of that and how it works. I just don't know. I think so much of it ties back to the person that needs it the most here
is who gets
exactly.
Yeah.
And even though maybe someone say a person comes to 3 of my group readings,
mm-hmm.
and they're read each time, and there's a lot of people that aren't read because I can't get to everybody. There's got to be a reason why that person is getting read, because it has to do with the person's what's going on in their life now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that when I always do readings and tell people it's really, you don't get what you want, you get what you need here. So that probably ties into it, but there's still so many unanswered questions when I do this. And when we were talking earlier about quantum physics and just thinking about, I think I mentioned something about just one positive thought and if things the next day, again, your car breaks down and you think, so much for the positive thought. You have to have patience, and that's something that I've learned because as a Reiki master, I've used Reiki before, and sometimes I feel like I'm trying to do something and I don't get an immediate response and just think, it's not working. And I had to realize that everything works at different times, especially when we're dealing with spirit, because spirit doesn't have time. They don't have an essence of time, so they don't like here, we know it's, we have 24 hours in a day. Spirit doesn't have that, which is cool because somebody who crossed 50 years ago comes and steps forward just like someone who crossed 6 days ago.
So in other words, what you just said about, especially the example of the car, so beware of what you say to yourself, your thoughts, what you speak, whether in silence or aloud. So if you get up in the morning and you say today's not going to be a good day, chances are today's not going to be a good day. If you are going for a job and you're thinking, I'm not going to get this job, I'm not going to do well, chances are you're not going to do well because that's what you're speaking.
No, absolutely.
So that's what you're saying, right?
Absolutely. And the problem is that when, even if you, and a lot of people do this, will change their mindset or change the language that they're using or the talk that they're using in their head, and because things are just not going well and they want to make a conscious effort to be very positive, and they do that for a couple of days or even a couple of weeks, and then again something, several things happen that are not positive, and they just throw up their arms and just think that this isn't working. And they go back to the old place. What they don't realize is that it's like a car that's starting a race, and when you start doing the positive thought process, that car is just starting, like on a racetrack. The problem is you're on the complete opposite side. So you've got to maintain it for the car to get to you and to keep that speed going. And then even if it starts, and even if you do 2 weeks, you do a month of just being very positive, and then the car is accelerating, once you feel like that's it, it's not working, then the car starts losing its speed and the whole universe shifts again, and the universe doesn't want that. The universe wants us to be in the best place, and that's what they want. And again, that's why I wanted to bring up the quantum, the whole physics piece and the physics that, that realize that and are just bringing this to the forefront, which is, again...
I have another good example, but I'll wait till we come back from the break.
Okay. So we will return.
You're listening to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium here on AM 1320 WARA.
Hi, my name is Chris Weilman, and I'm the manager of the Elder Dental Program. We are inviting any seniors residing in Massachusetts who are 60 and older to attend our free dental screening clinic in Taunton on Saturday, October 20th, from 8:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. Participants will receive a free dental screening and have an opportunity to speak with our dentist in the clinic's relaxed and friendly setting. Participants will be screened for oral cancers and have a chance to receive free denture cleanings. For more information, call 774-203-1326. The free dental screening clinic is organized by the Elder Dental Program, a project of the Community VNA.
Fuller Hospital's outpatient partial hospitalization program provides short-term stabilization treatment for those diagnosed with a mental health disorder or co-occurring psychiatric and addiction disorders. We serve individuals aged 18 and older with a range of conditions from depression, anxiety, and PTSD, and support those maintaining their mental health and sobriety. Fuller Hospital is located at 200 May Street in South Attleboro, Massachusetts. To schedule an evaluation, you can call 800-222-2237.
What are all the things you witness online in a day? cats playing piano, selfies on your feed, your friend's picture being turned into a nasty meme that's been shared 50 times, 51, 52. When someone's being bullied online, it's hard to know what to do. Now you can speak up with the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
And welcome back to Through the Static with Stephen the Medium and Coach Elix. And the line is 508-222-1320. If you happen to call and you're on hold and get disconnected, just call back, and I am ready to take calls. 508-222-1320. So,
I think we have a call.
Hello, this is Stephen. Who's this?
This is Paul.
Paul, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to. Soon as I heard Paul, I heard mom. But your mom. So your mother's crossed?
Yes.
So I keep. Well, she's telling me a lot. I mean, she keeps, it's interesting, Paul, she keeps referencing me to the last phone call because I don't know if you were listening, but I was talking to Denise, and she had 4 brothers who, I didn't say this to her, but as she walks, the 4 brothers are actually like shoulder to shoulder walking with her. So your mom is, I don't even know how to explain this. Your mom is even at a higher level with you. Almost, she's like part of you. If I don't know if that makes sense. But your mother also keeps saying they just welcomed somebody in spirit. So somebody connected to you or family crossed within, usually 6 months to a year or so. But there's someone new that's part of the family. It doesn't have to necessarily be her side. It could be your father's side or somebody else. But there was a big party too, to let you know. There was a big celebration. So
okay.
when whoever it was, but it was a woman, because your mother just said it was, just pointed and said a woman like her. So there was so you know who this is. Your mother just said you know. Okay.
It was a month ago.
So know that she's just letting you know that she's fine and everybody's with her. There's there's also something with a ring. There's a ring, but the ring is covered. I don't know what this means, Paul. There's a ring that's like on somebody or in a pocket, or it looks like a ring. It's a piece of jewelry, but it looks to me like a ring. Does somebody carry a ring?
No, but I know exactly what she's talking about.
So as long as you know what she's talking about, that's all that matters. There's a male also steps forward, but. Okay, so let me just make sure. There's a young male who steps forward, young meaning that they left before their time. So not like 10 years old or 12 years old. Just and I just keep seeing like just a big expression, just a very happy expression that he gets to let you know he's here. But they also keep saying that there's a celebration now in August. There's a big birthday, big celebration connected to you. I don't know if this is him, if it's the male who's giving me. Or your mother, but there's a birthday celebration, and I know it's August because they put me August 1st and 31st, and they stopped the month, so I know it's something. I don't know, maybe this is your birthday. I don't know what it is, but just know that it's
her birthday's in August.
Oh, your mother's.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So just know that, wow, it's your mother, and is there a brother-in-law crossed connected to you?
I was going to say, is that young male? Yeah, it's my brother.
So just know that it's just letting you know that he's with you too, and just making sure that your brother just said that as you walk, his shadow is your shadow. I've also never had that before. Today's like all this new stuff for spirit, meaning that he's always with you, and keeps showing me. He keeps pointing to Elix's hat. Elix has a baseball hat, so there's a connection with a baseball hat or a football hat.
Football hat, Stephen.
No, but I feel like baseball. I don't feel football because when I look at it, I see the Red Sox logo. Do you understand that?
He was an excellent baseball player, especially in high school. He was an all-star baseball player.
Wow, that's so terrific. Just know that you're going to when your mother's birthday is, I don't know if it's already passed or it's coming up, that there's a celebration in spirit, and I just heard your mother say, and you're included. So you're also part of the celebration. And there's 3. Were there 3 kids?
No.
But why?
No, there was 4.
Oh, but one is in spirit.
Right.
So there's 3 here.
Yes.
So that's what she's talking about. So just know there's Hawaii also. Who went to Hawaii?
Her and my father used to love going to Hawaii.
Because I just saw the lei, and saw pineapple. So I just knew I had to talk about Hawaii. So it's just and Dad's crossed also.
Yes.
So
they went like once a year, like 4 years in a row with good friends of theirs.
To Hawaii.
Yep.
Wow. So this is all about letting you know that it's actually them, and they're just giving a big hug. But I'll tell you, between your brother, your father, and because I can feel grandparents, there's a lot of spirit. There's just a separation between you and your mother. That cord, and I don't see this a lot, has not been broken, so you need to know that. When the cord is not broken and someone's in spirit, it just means that the relationship was I don't want to say amazing, because that doesn't capture what I want to say. It was so different in such a level that a lot of people don't get, and it's still that way. So just make sure you know that. There's something with lights too. I don't know if your mother keeps showing me a light bulb. So when I see a light bulb, it's either a light bulb just went out or is flickering that they want to give as a validation, or there's something electrical, but there's something connected with lights or something like that. So just keep that with you.
Okay.
And thank you for calling.
No, thank you.
No, and you have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye. Hello, this is Stephen. Who's this?
This is Holly.
I know that voice.
It's been a couple of years, but yes.
Oh, no, so that I don't know that voice.
Oh.
No, I thought you were my cousin. So don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. Your voice sounded like that. So no, well, this is even better. I tell people when I do this is that it's a whole different experience when you've got these headphones on, that voices do not sound like when you're talking to them normally on a phone, and I really don't know. So the one time I think I do know, I screwed up, Holly. So thank you for calling, Holly. Holly, where's the dad figure or grandfather figure come in for you? So your dad is here?
No.
So he's crossed.
Yes.
So know that it's dad, even though there's dad and a grandfather. So just know that your father is stepping forward first. I don't know what the color yellow means, but the first thing on the studio, on one of the leg of the studio, says Yellow Tech, and your father keeps pointing to yellow to tell you yellow. I don't know if this is someone's favorite color, or this is a color of a house, or this is a room. But
the house used to be yellow.
What was that?
Our house used to be yellow.
I love that, Holly, and you may think that's something random, but this is a house that you're in now?
No.
Okay.
That I grew up in. That.
Oh, that's even better. So it's just a way to let you know that it is your dad. Was your dad in that house?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So that's what he's bringing up, the yellow house before it was changed. So your father there's also a female. I don't know if this is mother, grandmother, but I just heard they liked it yellow. So I'm just telling you what they're telling me. So they like the yellow, the color yellow. So Holly, do you have children?
Yes.
Where does the girl come in?
There isn't one.
Okay, well that's where it comes in. Your father keeps talking about. Do you work with kids?
Not really.
Why? So you have children, but what was that?
Indirectly, but not like as a teacher or anything like that.
So what do you mean indirectly?
Like I work for I teach Sunday school.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's the reason why I asked you. Are you a teacher? Is because when I looked at you and saw, and I was surprised when you said you don't have a girl, you have boys. Is that your father is just giving a validation that when you do Sunday school, whether you're still doing it or whether you used to do it, it's a way to let you know that he's with you, and he's there's something in January because he keeps telling me the 1st. Well, I think it's January. When Spirit gives me a number, it's either one child or January or the 1st of a month. Are you?
Well, I'm an only, and my son's an only.
Oh, perfect. So it's just a way that your dad's just giving that as a validation. Your mother is here in the physical world?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a grandmother. I needed just to make sure because a grandmother's just giving a validation. Where does Vanessa or Vinny? Where's the V come in for you? Either living, Holly, or crossed, or a last name of Victor, Vanessa. I never get that letter. So
there's a last name of Villas, maybe.
Yeah, and how is that connected to you?
They're my mother's cousin. She was my mother's cousin.
Okay, so it's just a way to let you know that anyone on that side in spirit are actually coming through. There's also somebody in a wheelchair. I don't know. It's someone. It makes me feel like there's a broken leg or a sprained ankle, or was somebody in a wheelchair before they crossed, or was somebody in a wheelchair because they broke something?
Near the end of my grandmother's life, she was in the wheelchair a lot.
So just know it's a way that your grandmother is just letting you know that she's here. Your dad keeps telling me that there's also a celebration close to birthday anniversary, something very close. You've got.
We just celebrated my mother's birthday.
Wow. So know that your dad was there, and next week, if you're listening, Holly, give me a call because I'm running out of time, and your father's screaming at me that there's stuff I got to tell you. So if you do have an opportunity, call, and I will definitely resume this. Okay?
I shall.
Thank you, Holly, for calling, and thank everybody for listening today. This is you've made a dream come true for this guy sitting here, because doing this and being able to answer questions and sharing everything I have with Spirit to make our lives better.